Hi, I'm Thomas Anthony Jones. You might know me from Good Trouble or This Is Us. I encourage you to watch The Michael Finkley Show on Roku TV and on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe.
Next, Finkley. Jamal Josef is with us to talk about his incredible Beyoncé experience and life after Coachella. Next, Finkley. Next.
Working all my life just to make it, just to make it, just to make it. I've been working all my life just to make it, just to make it.
Hey, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Thanks for joining us today. Y'all, oh my gosh, so as you saw last show, I was in a magazine, Access Magazine, and thank you so much to all the support that I've received from it. Y'all are awesome, y'all are great. It's so great to be out there and also to share the story, share the vision, share the mission of helping others be their best selves. So thank you so much for all the support. Y'all rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So y'all, on yesterday, as you all have seen, Chauvin, who was on trial for the murder of George Floyd, found guilty of all 3 counts. So let's have a conversation. What does that look like? What are you thinking? What are you feeling about this situation? Some of us are pleased with it. Some of us are pleased with it, but still feel angry in a way. So what's your thinking? What's going through your mind right now? Also, a lot of things are happening in the world as well, such as a bill being passed, for the hate crimes towards the Asian population. What are your thoughts about that? So let's have a conversation below. A lot of things are happening in the world, so I want to hear your input. Show for you today, y'all, my dear frat brother's in the building, and he is none other than Jamal Josef. Now, you may remember his work from Beyoncé's Coachella. All the stepping and stuff you saw, of course, an alpha man, right? Had to come up with that. So he tells the story of his Beyoncé experience and what he's been doing, including his brand new book, children's book. Much more to come. Coming up, Jamal Josef is with us. We'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley, Ronnie Hankins discusses with us his life's ordeal and the strength that he gained from it. What has his life experience taught him? Friday.
Hey everybody, my name is Arthur Vernon R. Matthews Jr. I just wrote a new book called Family Ties, and I also want to say a special shout out to one of the kids that I mentored and has got his own TV show on Roku, Michael Finkley, and this is 100th episode. So if you guys want to really hear about this book and see what's going on, check out Mike Finkley on The Finkley Show.
She is flexible and she is a multitasker. She is a wife, a mom. She is city councilwoman.
When I was growing up, Mom worked outside the house, and so my dad was an entrepreneur. I saw him leaving early in the morning or late at nights to go meet with clients, and he was always one who told me, if you show up on time, you're late.
I just admire how she's able to not only juggle the demands of her jobs, but keep her family really first.
The outstanding thing about the Isaac family is their noble contributions to improving the quality of life for our Colombians and people all over this state.
I, Tamika Isaac, do solemnly swear.
Discharge the duties thereof, so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and best wishes.
I first ran because I saw a need, I saw a void that needed to be filled, a voice that wasn't there. And over the last several years, I feel like I've been able to be that voice.
so often as women in whatever spaces that we're in, we're often discounted because we're a mom or we're a wife or we have this career, and she's an everyday woman who shows women what excellence looks like.
She has walked the walk of being a small business person, of being a parent, of sending her kids to school.
Columbia is a great place, and we have done a lot in the last few years as far as law enforcement. But law enforcement can't do everything, nor should it do everything. We have to really expand upon the tools, technology, and community policing, investing in our communities so that law enforcement is a partner with our communities. Being a Columbia native, I've seen the way this city has grown. It's grown to the point that sometimes not everybody's been a part of that growth. I want to make sure that communities, specifically communities of color, make sure that they are part of Columbia's present and its future. I want to have a climate plan for this city that not only helps us be sustainable, but also helps provide opportunities for folks in the workforce. There are so many opportunities to take advantage of technology, green energy. I want to be the advocate for growing our city and being on the forefront, not just looking at what other cities are doing and following them, but being the leader.
If you don't have the right leadership, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities.
I think having a woman as mayor of the city of Columbia is long overdue.
I'm Tamika Isaac Devine, and I'm running for mayor of the city of Columbia.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Y'all, our next guest, he is a dancer. He's a choreographer. He is a creator in his own right. Y'all, it is Jamal Josef. Jamal, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome, y'all. This is my good brother right here. But we'll talk about that a little bit on in the interview. So, Jamal, when it comes to the art of dance, what is your personal meaning for dance?
So for me, like dance is just the ability to bring music even more to life. I think that when music is created vocally, what somebody does, they bring it to life, and then dance enhances it. So I feel like it it even allows you to see and feel, to understand in a different way, which is very important. Sometimes you hear lyrics, but to see it, it depends on your way of learning. And a lot of people are visual learners. So I do think that dance is something that, you know, can really express that. But also too, it's really important because our body, we carry pain, we carry a lot of things, muscle memory and things. So the ability to move your muscles and stuff keeps everything flowing. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel limber. It doesn't keep everything so enclosed. So the meaning of it is almost just freedom.
The freedom to do what your mind and your body will. That's amazing. Definitely amazing. But you've been doing this for a while. You come from a very creative, artsy family. Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, like about my family, about who they are.
Yes.
Okay, well, my dad is a pastor now, but he used to, you know, write for Motown, and he was Minnie Riperton's music director and played with like the Sunshine Band and all those people. So he definitely traveled, and he was a musician. He had his own band, and the Hawkins and Daryl Coley, all of them played for just about everybody. And my uncle is Lenny Williams, the guy who sings "Girl, You Know I Love You," that song. And my cousin is Larry Graham. And then my other cousin, he was a really big producer for, like Clive Davis and stuff.
Yeah.
So then I do have a cousin who dances professionally. All of her videos, pretty much everybody sees those. And then I have another cousin who dances professionally. He was on So You Think You Can Dance as well. So it's always been kind of in my family. But yeah, I think that's how I started. I started when I was like really like 12, I did the first, I guess, gig. It was being able to dance for Kirk Franklin. Like we opened for him and then we danced background. So I think that's where it kind of started. But my household was definitely like the Cosby household growing up. Like all my sisters and yes, like my dad would just come down and play, everybody singing, and it was like that.
Wow. So you mentioned, at an early age, Kurt Franklin, Tone, President Bush, all these different persons in your repertoire. But being a Black male in the arts is somewhat, even in present day, at sometimes, it's a negative thing, right? So how is that support in your family as you said, I want to do this instead of that?
I think that it was a little different. I think that where most people is because of stereotypes that they're stopped. For my family, it was more so of what they saw the industry could be in terms of toxic people or people who were just being very snaky or trying to get over on you. So I think that they were more worried about me going through things that they had gone through more than stereotypes about what people say. So I think that they supported, but I was also a person who worked in private, like badly when I was in high school. So my dad was like, how are you going to do all these things you say that you're going to do? And I'm like, just watch. And I enjoyed that. So I think that now he's like, wow, like, okay, cool. Like, I don't think that any parent is not, they know their children. I don't think that they're against you. I think that they're more so like, are you really going to stick with this or something? So, I think that they support it. And like now they try to find ways that they can support. I think the hardest thing has been understanding the way that my industry works and how the times have changed in terms of even social media and technology and different things like that.
Yeah, gotcha. And again, so you've been doing this for a while, and our journeys lead us to various places in life. You start off in California, spend some time in Texas, and it led you to South Carolina to this very small private institution that we call Voorhees College in Denmark, South Carolina, where you were very active on your campus. You pledged the only fraternity that really matters, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Right? And that's what we have in common. We both attended HBCUs. We pledged this awesome, great fraternity. How did your college life shift your craft?
So it was a little tough actually, because at first, being from a major city and then going to such a small one, like in major cities, in major cities, everyone's kind of creative, everybody dances, everybody sings and stuff like that. But when I moved to the South, it was like, this is what's considered masculine and this is what's considered feminine. So it was almost like anything outside of church, football, or basketball is like, it was almost like, no. I mean, I was like, I played tennis and they was like, what? That's not even Black. And I was like, oh my God. There's like only Venus and Serena does it. And I was like, okay. So it was really tough. And it was even tough on a fraternal level because, they were like, don't dance to these songs. Don't stroll to these songs. Don't step to them. I was like, wow, like the mentality was really tough for me to adjust to. But I was sitting in my teacher's office one day and my teacher, she was a ballet dancer and she asked me, what if? And I was like, what? And she was just like, I know that one of the poems that all organizations learn is if. And she was like, so if you are like 20 years from now, you go to an Alvin Ailey show or you go to a Broadway show and you say like, that could have been me if I didn't, like, are you going to be able to live the rest of your life knowing that you can't go back in time? And that one little moment stopped you from your if being the greatest moments of your life. So after I sat in the office and cried, then I was like, you know what? All right, cool. And I just stopped worrying about it. And I started to choreograph the pageants and I was choreographing multiple people's step shows. But at the same time, I was model troops and dance teams and everything. And I was like, wow, but I didn't realize that I was actually cultivating my craft at that time, like really learning what it is to choreograph and work with different people on a smaller level. So I think that that's how it really shaped me, and being able to just find how I work creatively, things that I need to work on, and all of that.
Gotcha. Wow. Again, you never know what life is going to bring. And it has taught you, I'm sure, various things that you can use present day. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about life after college, leading to your professional life, and also that Beyoncé experience. We'll be right back. Next, Jamal tells us about his Beyoncé experience and his brand new children's book. We'll be right back. Looking for a mentoring program for your young male between the age of 6 and 18 in Columbia, South Carolina? Well, look no further. Big Homie, Little Homie Mentoring Program is the program for you. Under the leadership of Mr. Jamal Stroud, Big Homie, Little Homie is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that caters and mentors at-risk youth that come from single-parent homes. The organization caters to young males between the ages of 6 and 18 within the greater Columbia area. The organization is devoted to shaping and molding their life into great men of society. Big Homie, Little Homie organizes male gatherings, discussions, and even educational assistance devoted to guiding and leading them into a positive light. Making a positive attitude will help in transforming their life regardless of what is experienced in life. For more information on Big Homie, Little Homie Mentoring Program, visit our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Calling all Trio, Gear Up, JAG, and other college readiness organizations. Hello everybody, it's Finkley with the Finkley Experience. I am here to offer you information about our College Readiness Cohort Series. This College Readiness Series includes college applications, SAT, ACT prep, scholarships, financial aid, the mental mind state, HBCU versus PWI versus technical colleges, and so much more.
You know, this is helpful because it's actually like making me change my college plan.
Really? If interested, visit our website, thefinkleyexperience.com, or just email us at michael@thefinkleyexperience.com. We're looking forward to working with you.
I'm just not college material. I am tired of school. I'm just not sure what I want to do after graduation. Sound familiar? Welcome to the Prelo Educational Institute. Our focus is to help young people prepare for life after high school. It's never too early to start planting the seed for education, career, and life overall. The Prelo Educational Institute is made up of the following two products. The first product is the book titled I Ain't Going to College, A Guide for Life After High School. This is the first book of a series that introduces middle and high school students to a young man struggling to find his way and make the decision about whether attending college is the right choice for him or not. The book has questions inside, and a supplemental curriculum can also be purchased. The newest product from the Prelo Educational Institute is our online course titled Preparing for Life After High School. In this course, students will learn about decision-making, self-confidence, accountability, self-awareness, and many other topics that speak to social-emotional learning. Young people will read a story about a young man who never gave up no matter what the circumstances were. The course is interactive and has questions, quizzes, and video. Do not wait until your child or student is a senior in high school to start planning. Enroll today. To enroll and learn more, please visit www.speakerauthormarlowe.com.
What's up, y'all? I'm Leon Frierson, former cast member from Nickelodeon's All That and co-host of the Prime Nostalgia podcast. And I'm here to ask you to join me in watching the Michael Finkley Show weekly on YouTube. Now, I've been on the show, so I definitely know it's a platform where you'll be educated, informed, and inspired. Now, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on YouTube.
My bossy and my crib.
welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. We are still chatting with Jamal, and I am so excited to be chatting with our brother. It's been a long, long time. And so when you left college and you started pursuing your craft, your in due diligence in dance, where did it lead you?
So I went to Atlanta next, and I started to work with a dance company there, a ballet ethnic dance company, and I just started to train. You know, ballet. I would take class at Gotta Dance and other places, but I just started to adjust there. I was actually going to go to the College of Charleston for grad school, but it didn't work out, so I ended up going to Atlanta and starting there. And then after that, I just didn't feel like I was really growing to where I knew I could inside. Not to say that everyone around me was not contributing to that. I just knew I was like, I feel like I can go harder. And so then I moved to New York, and I was there, and then I started to teach classes at different studios and around in different areas. And then, you know, I was between there and Philly and Jersey, and then I moved to California.
Yeah.
Well, back to California, but to Los Angeles.
Wow. What a journey. What a journey. And you worked for various artists, you did some things for the Grammys. Like, it was just an amazing ride for you. But in life teaches us various things as well. And we call it our night. You had your night where you just went through it. Tell us about that night time for you.
I had multiple nights. It was probably multiple, but I remember after I was done, I did season 1 of World of Dance for J-Lo. And I remember after I was done with the first season, it was a lot of things that transpired and stuff contractually and everything else. But it didn't pan out, and the exposure didn't really play in my favor. So I had to get rid of my apartment at the time. And the car that I had at the time, I had to get rid of. And then I ended up having to sell my dog. And then, you know, I would do little, I would do little small jobs here and there. You know, I think right after I was done with that, I did pre-Grammys, and then I did, it was probably Pharrell in NERD, I think it was. And then, you know, I was just figuring it out, like trying to find myself, like, what did that look like? And so, believe it or not, when I really lost everything was honestly after Beyoncé. Wow. That's when I really did, because a lot of things like had just been piling up for so long. And when I got the job, a lot of I got paid weekly, but every check was going to paying off everything to try and keep everything.
Right.
Until it was just like, it was all gone. So it was definitely like one of those experiences that I was like, wow, now I have nothing.
Right.
So I sat at a friend's house for like a week, and I said, listen, I cannot, like, I'm not going home. Like, I have to figure this out. Like, something has to come on. And you know, a lot of people would ask me how I was figuring it out, and I was like, listen, I pledged fraternity, and I knew that one day you're gonna see a light somewhere, so I'm just waiting on that light to just appear, right? You know. And so I think that one day I just sat there and I went on a 6-month tour. And I just I called studios and I said, hey, like, I can come teach you my choreography from Beyoncé Experience. I can do this. I like, what do you need? And I was teaching at studios. I was going to colleges and I was speaking. And I did that for 6 months.
Wow.
And I was able to, I don't know, after paying off all my debt and everything else, I was able to walk away with about $7,000 or $8,000. And I came back to California. I restarted, got my own apartment, and then I just started to build from there. So I think that my night ended when I stopped chasing a lot of the glorified things that we see on like social media or just the likes, the TikToks. Not say that I only wanted those things, but we oftentimes think that our success is going to come because the famous people recognize this, instead of like sometimes just doing it and building as much as you can, and then they be the icing on top or the cherry on top, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow, life and experience at times are the best teachers.
Yeah,
they definitely are the best teachers. And so let's talk about this Beyoncé experience. So you actually did some work, and they called you, and then you didn't hear from them for a while, and then you went to your cousin's party, and it was kind of reintroduced to you. Talk about that. Talk about that experience.
Yeah. So long story short, I got invited to the audition in place of another friend who said he couldn't go. Went auditioned. They were like, "Hey, stick around." And I was like, "All right, cool." Stuck around for the rest of the day, and then they were like, "You can go home. Like, we're gonna be auditioning for the rest of the day." And I was like, "Okay." And they're like, "We're starting by this day." This day had passed by like 5 days. And my cousins, I had 2 cousins who dance, and so they weren't in there either. And I was like, well, I guess I didn't get this, because if anything, I knew that they were going to get it. So I was actually retiring dance, and I was I was picking it up. I was packing my stuff to go home. And but then my cousin was like, yo, I know you're about to leave. Just come to the party. I would really appreciate it if you came. And then someone from her team was there, and it was like, hey, like, we've been looking for you, like, but you don't have an agent. We tried to reach out. And I was like, reach out about what? It was like, would you be interested in? I was like, in what? It was like, okay, well, rehearsal starts Monday. I think this was like a Friday or something. And so then I went home. They were like, I don't think, there was like the email address that we have for you, I guess, didn't go through something. I don't know what happened, but yeah, so they ended up contacting me, and that's how I was there.
Because when I saw it, I tell you, when I saw it and she was training, I'm like, listen, what alpha taught her that? That's all I said in my head. I'm like,
and what's so crazy is because I saw her the corny train, you know, the one we teach neos and stuff. I was like, boom, boom. And then they were like, no, we want that. I was like, this high leg. I was like, okay, that's that South Carolina high leg. So good luck, y'all. But
that's it.
But yeah, it was pretty crazy because I was only supposed to, I think I was there to choreograph like one section in like 30 seconds of another. And she liked everything. And one of the people came up to me, and he's a bro too. She has a tour manager, and he walked in. He was just like looking at the movement, and he said, "There's an alpha in here. Who is it?" And I was like, all right, you know. So then, like, you know, we had talked and everything, and then some other people said like she's never not like wanted to change something. Or so they was like, she doesn't want to change any of your choreography. Like, they like it as is. Wow. And I was like, oh. So then I ended up, you know, it was another bro. We collabed on some parts, did some parts on our own and stuff, and ended up doing a piece of Crazy in Love. Then it turned into 7-Eleven, and it was Suck on My Balls, and then it was Say My Name, Diva, Irreplaceable, and the All Boy Step section. Then it was the Bugaboo section, and I was like, oh wow, like we're giving most of the new stuff to the show.
Yep.
So it was pretty cool.
Wow. And then after that, how long did it take you to realize, oh my gosh, I did this for B? That's number one. And what was some of the positive aftermath from this?
It took about a year for me to realize that. I had really bad anxiety and everything else afterward. Like I almost felt like it was like, okay, so what's next? What do I do with this? Like, you know, it was a lot of pressure. But I think that the positive was that I was able to know what working hard looks like and know how hard I needed to work to sustain things that I needed to change, things that I needed to, like, you know, probably, you know, tweak, but also I think that I knew how skilled I was under pressure, because every section that I made up, I could not make this up like the night before. I had to make it up in rehearsal because I couldn't take the music home. So I would have like 30 minutes to an hour, and it's like, hey, go make that up. Like, cool. So
that's pressure.
Yeah. So, but that's how I used to do my step practices. I used to make them up, based on who was in practice that day, and be like, all right, cool, let's just learn this and see where it goes.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was kind of it. I just learned a lot about myself. And I think that was the most positive thing. Sorry, my doggy.
You're fine. You're fine. And so even now, during the pandemic, you did something amazing, because I love the title of your new children's book, Black Boys Dance Too. We got some rhythm. We can do it too. Where did this come from?
So the book pretty much came from just going on various jobs, and there's so many things that Black men encounter when it comes to dance. And although we see it now, we see it a lot more on TikTok and everything like that. Again, it's something that's being done because it's popular,
right?
Not because this is what you actually want, So I think that is like something that people don't realize. And then there are a lot of kids who are still being made fun of, or they're being mistreated. So it's almost like, if you're not doing the popular styles, you're gay, you're this, you're too soft, you won't be anything, like, or that a lot of men don't know how to make a successful career in it either, or what different avenues that they can take. So I did think that was the most important thing. And I had just started to get a lot of calls. It would be frat and other people, and it was like, they had grandkids or, students, and they were being bullied. And then I did the research, and they were saying over 95% of men have been made fun of for like dancing and other things. Of course. If it's not in a popular setting. So I said, like, I wish that when I was young, I would have seen kids doing it. Like, I saw people in music videos, but that was in a more raunchy way. So I was like, wow, I wish I would have seen like little kids, like, saying that this is their career. Because when we're young, we always say, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a doctor. We want to be everything that's making money, because that's what we're trained to say. Yep. Not, I want to be an entrepreneur. So that was it. I was like, I really want something for the community. And I wanted, most importantly, I wanted for young women to be able to see this as a norm at a young age, so that as they get older, it's not like, well, I can't be with you, I can't date you, because this is what has been programmed into my mind since I was young. So it was just as important for young women as it was for men.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. I love the way you said, when we were growing up, we didn't hear these type of things. But now it's a brand new world. And so now children of all ages, colors, they're able now to expound upon their career choices and say, I want to be the next big thing in this, that, and the other. So thank you, bro, for leading that path and leading that way and opening up the eyes of others that are behind us, so they can have a chance as well. So
and it's crazy too, although we're in a brand new world, it's still a whole nother world of people who think opposite still. So
of course,
I think, like, that's really the people who need to hear it.
You got that right. Definitely got that right. And so I'm 31 years old, and I've just learned that what people say about living in their dream, I'm living in the dream. I know what that means now, because I'm truly living in mine through this platform that I have started on just last year. And so you have dreamt this dream forever. What is your next biggest dream?
I want to turn my book into a short film. So I want to start to kind of move in the film sector. I want to, start to get funds and investors for the short films, because that's pricey. And then, like, I want to start owning other companies that are going to bring in different revenues. I want to create my own different shows and like other things. I still want it to be something that's surrounding dance or that involves it, but I don't want to be a slave to dance forever. Like I want to be able to allow other people to have those experiences or whatever. And to be honest, I think that the biggest thing for me is all of the things that I've ever done or wanted to do, I would like to recreate on a totally different level of things that people have never seen, but not treating people how I was treated.
Right. Of course.
And giving other artists and dancers the experience of what it should actually feel like to be appreciated for the value that you are bringing to entertain someone.
Gotcha. Wow. And it can happen and it will happen. And in this journey that you've been on, and you feel that you're just still getting started because you still have so far to go, what have you learned about yourself thus far?
I learned that a lot of things that I feel like I think are good. Well, I've learned just I gotta trust and believe my gut when I want to do something. Do it right then and there. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait, because something's gonna always pop up, and I'm never gonna do it. And I used to be that way. I think that I have learned about myself that I have it all within me. Things that I see are good, I can't view as good because to other people, they might not take it as that way. So I guess an example of that would be me saying like, hey, I cannot help or show, make sure that this is, my earpods are dying. But in that, I would like to say that me learning about me wanting to help and wanting to do things, a lot of people don't want that, or a lot of people aren't ready for that, or a lot of people aren't ready for you to be good to them. A lot of people aren't in these spaces that you might be able to see the potential. So it's like, keep giving to yourself and don't feel bad about that. Like, don't feel bad. Like, you're not being selfish. It's like, you are doing what's best for you. And I think probably the last thing that I've learned is that I have more to give than what I know. So
like that.
That's been the biggest thing that I've learned, and I'm still learning that, because every day I wake up with a new vision of something, and I'm like, wow, like, oh, I can do this, or I can do this, and I can do this, and it's just like, I think that when you start to really live and you start to figure out who you are, your the journey seems like it can be an endless road, because it's like there's no the sky's the limit. Basically, you can keep going higher and higher. So yeah, it's so many things, but I think that those are the most important things that I'm learning in this stage.
I love it. And higher you will go, bro. How can they find you on social media, and how can they purchase that awesome book as well?
Yes, so you can find me on social media. Everything is Jamal Josef. My Facebook is Jamal Josef. My Instagram is Jamal Josef. My website is jamaljoseph.com. The book is available on my website, jamaljoseph.com. It's also available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Apple Books. And yeah, like, those are all of the things. But I mean, there are a lot of new things that are about to transpire, so I'm excited.
All right, we're going to stay tuned for all of that. Keep us updated, please. All your information is in the description below as well. Jamal Josef, everyone. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. It's your girl, Trinice from American Idol, and I am encouraging you to tune into the Michael Finkley Show on Roku TV and YouTube.
Need a little motivation? Timothy Clifton is with us every week on Mondays to get your week started with a little motivation, all here on the Michael Finkley Show.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Toby. You know me from Sister Act 2, Mr. Oh Happy Day, and the hit R&B group City High. I'm welcoming everybody to tune into the Michael Finkley Show on YouTube and also on the Greater Works Network on Roku TV. Don't forget to subscribe.
On the next Michael Finkley, Ronnie Hankins discusses with us his life's ordeal and the strength that he gained from it. What has his life experience taught him? Friday. Howdy, welcome back. Y'all, were you entertained? Well, yeah, we excited. I was excited to talk to my dear friend brother. We haven't talked to each other in a long time, and so just to have that conversation and see the awesome things that he's doing. Jamal, we love you, bruh. We love you. Keep it up. We're proud of you. On Friday's Finkley, we have a special guest with us, an exclusive interview, truly, because this is his first time ever publicly telling his story. So, imagine waking up on your birthday and not be able to walk. Isn't that something? Oh, wow. So Ronnie Hankins is with us and he tells his story in his own words. Y'all, it's another show you don't want to miss. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Michael Finkley Show. Ring the bell for notification. We will see an email saying, hey, new content's uploaded. Please listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And for updated information about what we do here on the Michael Finkley Show, please visit our website at michaelfinkleyshow.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on Friday. Have a good one.